Welcome back to the Misled Farms channel, everyone. We are back here on some Farming Simulator 22, and we are here on Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Man, this map is absolutely awesome. We are going to be starting off as a new farmer and testing our luck in just the overall farming business and also the dairy business. We're going to get into some cows in this series here while we're on Bucks County. In this series, we're going to be making our way up to owning as many cows as we possibly can here on the map. And so if we come over here and take a look at our cow pen, we can hold currently 45 cows. That's probably not going to do it. We might have to upgrade this cow barn here at some point because we're going to need more than 45 cows to do what it is that we want to do. And yeah, we're just going to make as much money as possible, not only off cows, but whatever else we can. With that, let's get right into our setup. So equipment wise, you can see here we are pretty well stacked, and this is not even all of the equipment that we actually own. This is just a fraction of it. If we take a look here in our garage, you can see we own so much stuff. We definitely need to go through and yeah, we're gonna need to trim some of this up because we're not gonna need all of this all at one time. Definitely not. Plus, I'm not even sure that we're gonna be going with a John Deere farm. I'm thinking that we possibly may end up leaning more towards going with the red farm. I'm thinking we go with the Case farm for this series here on Bucks County, Pennsylvania. The large crone. This is the, I believe this is one of like the harvesters. Yeah, like something. I'll tell you what, you know what it is not though? It is not something that we need. So we're gonna go ahead and, yep, goodbye. We don't need that. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. This tractor here, again, same deal. Don't really think we need this. We're gonna go ahead and sell off that equipment. The articulated John Deere, the 9620R, beautiful looking tractor, but once again, probably just not gonna be needed. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sell that off. Yeah, we're just gonna sell off all this stuff, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna get all of our Case equipment all set up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that, get all of our equipment here for the farm that we're gonna need. And yeah, then we're going to get started with the series. Super excited. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe if you're just as excited for some content here from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Well, all right, after much work, we have finally worked out and brokered a deal where we could swap out all of our John Deere equipment for some Case equipment. Now, I did have to make some exceptions to the policy, but for the most part, we are going to be a red farm minus our little Kubota here. But, you know, hey, it's just a little side-by-side for getting around the farm. First up in the chute, we have the Case Magnum 340 with the front and rear mowers. Now, this does have the ability to drop swaths for us, and we needed it because we do have a grass field that's going to need some harvesting here shortly. And we'll go over our fields here in just a little bit. Moving over here, we have the Lizard 9-meter plow. That's going to come in handy for us because, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of field work that we're going to have to do after we get through this initial harvest. Then we have the Lizard forage wagon. This right here, the Lizard TARDIS XL. This does hold, I think, around 200,000 liters and has an extended range pickup here on the front. Our fertilizer spreader, nothing really too crazy about this, minus the fact that it holds like 100,000 liters for Bucks County. Then we have our seeder here, the Horsch mini drill. I've actually never used this before. I didn't have any Case seeders, so yeah, we just went with this because it looks just like Case color schemes, so I figured it would be a good fit for the farm. Then we have our Case super wide baler here that's going to produce liftable bales for us, although we are going to be doing our fair share of auto loading because yeah, we don't do bale loading on this farm. Once again, this does have an extended range pickup here in the front as well. Here in the back, we do have a liquid tank, and out the back side here, we do have the appropriate truck for hauling such. I have this stationed right here next to our wheat field because this is going to be one of the first harvests that we do in this episode. And so I just wanted to make sure that we had enough space for all of this wheat that we're going to pull off this field. We do have a couple of the fields that we're going to harvest. Again, I'll get to those in just a second. We have the Kloss header here on top of the header trailer stationed over here by the wheat field. We've already gone through all of that stuff. Now for the final pieces of equipment here on the Bucks County farm, We have the Case IH2150 early riser planter. This does a 30-foot row or 16 rows at a time, a fair amount of working width for us. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on up here. We have our seed tanks, and we have our liquid fertilizer tanks as well. So this is going to be good for us when we get into planting corn and other sorts of crop like that we need an actual planter for, not just a seeder. Next to us here, we have our fertilizer slash herbicide sprayer. This does have the see and spray technology because, again, we are going to be doing some precision farming. Then we have a small little Case Maximum 145 here, and then we have our beast. This is going to be the workhorse of the farm right here. The Case Magnum Limited Edition 400. This is all the tractor that we're going to need here on the farm. Absolutely. And I just realized I need to set my money back to the new farmer amount here after we've gotten everything all taken care of. My bad. I should have had that done already. But yeah, we'll make do. Making our way back out front. The only things I still need to move, we have our auto-loading bale trailer over there, and then we also have our soil sampler, the Izaria Pro Scout right here. This is a slightly modded version. It's going to do a larger radius for us and be a little bit quicker when we do our soil samples. I did fix up our cow barn. We now have the ability to hold 240 cows. But I want to get up to 500, so we're gonna have to explore some options later on in the series for where we can possibly put down another cow barn so we can hit our 500 goal. Yeah, without any further ado, now that everything's all taken care of here on the farm, and we've got for the most part, I don't really think we're gonna need much more equipment. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get rocking on the wheat harvest, as DJ Goham would always say. So we're going to go ahead and drop our corn header here on the Claas off because we don't need that just yet. We will need that because we do have a cornfield that we will have to harvest eventually. I guess now's a good time to go over some of the fields that we own. So currently we own fields 15, 16, 17, and 61. 61 being a grass field, so that's good. And that's a pretty decent sized field too. I feel like we're gonna be able to make quite a bit of bales coming off of field 61. Or we can at least store the grass because we're eventually gonna need it for TMR. Grass or hay? I think it's hay. Well, we might have to ted it up and we might have to make some hay. I think we need hay, straw, and then what is it, pig feed? Mineral feed, something like that. Silage. We need silage, basically. So, yeah, we're going to have to probably get some sort of silage fermenting system going here on the farm so that we can expedite our process of making that. So when we do get into cows, we'll have plenty of silage for some TMR mixings. As far as other fields on the farm, now I'm not 100% certain how carrots work. I mean, I'm interested. Matter of fact, let's see what carrots sell for. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't feel like carrots are really going to be worth the adventure. I mean, they sell for $629. I mean, we might harvest the field just to pull the carrots up and just to have them. Herbicide, I don't know why it says I have 173,500 liters in storage. Same thing for solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer. I meant to fix that stuff, but apparently I did not fix that stuff. So, just bear with me here. Again, we see seeds. I totally forgot. Diesel, we do have a petrol tank on the farm, so that's okay. I should have looked a little bit closer at some of this stuff, but, yeah, nonetheless, we'll make do with it. But yeah, we need to get going. We need to get harvesting on our fields here because we have not only the wheat field to harvest, but we also have a sorghum field that we need to get started on. And we have a cornfield, and we have a grass field. So we got quite a bit of work to do in this episode here. Let's go ahead and we'll start making our way around the headlands for this field. So let's go ahead and unfold our harvester here. And, well, once it's done unfolding, we'll go ahead. We'll get this going. We're going to activate a little bit of fast farming because why not? Oh, and then I want straw swath. Because we need straw for when we get our cows. So we need to make sure that we're picking up as much straw as possible. Gonna make a pass here around the headlands, and then I don't know, this field's kind of an awkward size, so I might not be able to hire an AI worker immediately, but nonetheless, we'll go around, get the headlands done, maybe get an AI worker going on this field, and then we'll make our way over to our grass field, and we will start some mowing. Wow, so we just finished harvesting this wheat field, and as you can see, we pulled 99,345 liters of wheat off of this field, which nearly maxed out our combine harvester. We literally had enough space for like 500 and something more liters. Like, we were very, very, very close to not being able to fit all of this wheat into this combine harvester. It came down to the last couple passes there. I was starting to bite my nails on that one. We're going to go ahead and fill up the semi-trailer with all of this wheat that we pulled off the field. We should only fill up probably one part of this grain truck here with the wheat, which is nice because we also still have the corn harvest that we need to go and do. We have our grass field, which we need to go and do, but we can pick all the grass up with the forage wagon, so that's not going to be a huge deal for us. But yeah, there it is, 99,345 liters of wheat off of that field. Still need to go out there and forage up and collect all of the straw off the field, which reminds me, I do have extended straw crop mod installed, so we're going to get straw basically off all of the crops that we harvest. So that'll be good, especially in the long run again, because we're looking at doing cows. Right, deposit all of our wheat into our silo system because we're going to need to keep some of that in storage for a little while until we get rolling with the cows on the farm. And the other thing I want to kind of take a look at is our environmental scores for our fields. Let's just kind of take a look here and see what we have. Now, I thought they were giving us our environmental score for all of these, but apparently they are not. Nope, they're not really going to give us the individual environmental score, so that's kind of a bummer. There they are. Just had to kind of zoom in to see them. So we're at 38 on the wheat field that we just harvested. 50 and 50 over there. That's not too bad. 38 though. Yeah, we got to do a little bit of work on that one. What do they want us to do on field 38? Obviously, tillage is probably going to be one of the items that we're going to need to take a peek at. Yeah, so it looks like nitrogen, obviously, pH value is going to need to go up, or weed control, soil sampling. We need to do a soil sample. This has no nitrogen in it whatsoever for that field. For field 17, none. All right, we got a lot of work to do. Tell you what, before we do anything else, let's jump into one of our tractors here, and we'll run out and we'll just go take a quick soil sample of our wheat field. All right, made quick work of our soil samples, so let's send those off to the lab for analysis. We should get those back here momentarily, and then we can go ahead and take a look at our soil types that we have for this field. Boom, there it is. So now we have our pH balances for that field, our nitrogen. Our nitrogen balance is pretty much non-existent, so we're going to need to definitely work on that. You can see here I kind of clipped into field 15 and 16, which is fine because we got to take soil samples over there anyways. So we'll need to get some lime and some fertilizer down on this field ASAP, definitely before we do the next planting as well, which that reminds me too. I haven't even really looked at the crop calendar. Yeah, it's pretty much the base game generic crop calendar with the addition of the lavender, rye, millet, carrot, onion, alfalfa, clover, all that good stuff. That's not something you'd normally find on the base game maps, so that's pretty cool that they're adding that kind of stuff in. I could run around the wheat field here and just pick up all the straw that we left behind here from the harvest and get this deposited into our silo system. No need to really windrow it. Everything's already dropped into swaths. This grain cart, or I guess this forage wagon here, I should say, has a bit of an extended pickup, so we don't need to be as careful with how we're driving around. I mean, we still don't want to miss too much of it, but having the extended pickup here in the front is absolutely awesome. Makes this a much easier job. Oop, missed a little bit of wheat there on the harvest. No big deal. My bad. Didn't mean to. I still feel like we've pulled plenty of wheat off this field to the point to where that little bit right there, I'm willing to let that go, and yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice that. All right, so we have finished foraging all the straw off of that field that we just now harvest, and we're going to get set up to do our grass field, which we'll get started here on that just in a little bit, and I'm probably going to finish that before we get into the next episode. I don't know if we're going to sit and do any mowing, but for the record, we pulled 329,000 liters, might as well just call it 330 liters of straw off that wheat field, and then we also just kind of preemptively deposited some over here into our cow barn. So what we have here is 78,940 liters plus the 330. So we pulled just over 400,000 liters of straw off that field. Now it does kind of look like the same straw that is in our silo is showing up on Yeah, 329,977. Then we come back over here. 329,977. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's good or not. We might be in a little bit of trouble with that. I don't know if it is like automatically dispensing. It doesn't really look like it is, so maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we will be okay with that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here, and we're gonna get the mowers fired up. We're gonna go over here and take care of field 61. We're gonna get that mowed down, get all that grass collected up, probably get that also put into, no, actually, well, we'll have to put it in the silo system because, yeah, we don't have a fermenting system yet. Plus, I think we need hay. I don't think we need grass. I think we need hay and then silage. Yeah, we do. We need hay. So maybe we'll have to tether this field up. Well, that's exactly what we'll do then. We'll get this grass field mowed up. We'll tether it. We'll turn it into hay. We'll forage it all up. We'll deposit some over there into the cow barn, and then we will put the rest into our silo system. But ladies and gentlemen, for now, that is going to do it for this episode from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And goodbye for now, y'all.